biggest barrier to implementing technology or things that are changing? I mean, no, my husband and I had changed software, like point of sale systems a couple of years ago, and it was literally a nightmare, y'all. Like and we're gonna have to do it again within the next year or two. But so like that specifically was complicated because we're not the only ones using the software, right? Like there are other people involved.
I just changed um software, and
Mhm.
it's been rough. And I'm, everyone's, you're educated, you're like, I can figure this out, like I know what I'll figure it out. Constantly calling support. And it's like the same guy, it's like a family owned, I mean, it's a pretty big company, but when you call the support, it's like the same guys. And I'm like, I'm
Mhm.
sorry, I'm calling again and again and again. But you just have to like work through it. It's hard. It's hard to change,
Yeah.
especially with the times. You need, like you were saying, everything needs to be integrated together, and it has to
Mhm.
all talk to one another and
Streamline. Mhm.
streamline. Yeah,
Mhm.
everything. But then when you need to make a change, you just want to pull your hair out.
Yeah, I second that, Natalie. I didn't go with the POS system I had the first round. I changed so I could be more streamlined. However, with getting, I mean, I was literally almost pulling my hair out too because it's like, okay, it's different. It's very different from
Yeah.
what I had before. But once it's working great, but there's
Yes.
still some, there's still like even now, there's still some things I need to call them about. And I honestly haven't because I just don't want, I need a break from technical support right now.
I know.
It's like, oh my gosh, I felt
Uh,
like we were
and
talking
everything's
every day.
changing.
Yeah.
Technology changes so often, so you have to
Yeah.
constantly.
Yes.
I mean, if it's not broken, you don't have to fix it. But at the same time, it's like you have to like deal with it. You have to
Mhm.
change. I knew I had to change because my first system is like a whiz. I love it, but I know I needed to go with new technology, and it's hard. But I'll get there. I'll get there.
And Monica, did you say barriers? Did you sound like you had mentioned what barriers are there? Did you
Yeah,
say
like what
that?
what is the biggest
Yeah, I would
barrier
say
to implementing new
barriers
technology or
for,
new?
yeah, I think it can be cost and it can be mindset. I think that, somebody might see the cost and say, oh my gosh, is that much to per machine? Oh my gosh. Okay. Let me see, or it could be mindset where you're just used to doing things the way you've been doing it and you just don't want to change, and so I think you got to get over both of those,
And it's
because
not just mindset of you, right? It might be mindset of the people that
if
are working
even
with
your
you and for
customers,
you
yeah.
and your
Oh,
customers.
yes.
Yep.
Yeah,
Hmm.
absolutely. Because some of my customers that came back and they were like, oh. Oh, okay. So you're doing credit card, debit card now. No, I'm good. And then come in with their roller quarters, like, okay, if that's how you want to roll. But I'm thankful that I got all the options, you know. So, Hannah looked like you wanted to say something.
Oh, I was gonna say, I think a lot of it, kind of like what Monica said, like even when you do roll something out, it's the adaptation of your customers and your employees. Like you can be like, hey,
Yes.
we're gonna start pushing this, like our card readers on our machines. They now have app support. So they can now, instead of having to have a physical card, they can use their app. And
Mhm.
trying to educate the attendants, like, hey, this is how the app works. Like make them download it. They have to use it themselves,
Yes.
and educating them to educate the
The
customer.
customers.
So a lot of the adaptability happens how we get it to them and then they get it to those customers.
Yes.
But I think that has been our, okay, I can budget, I can make the price, we can do this. And then it's like, but they have to win them over. They have to get that biggest thing where they're going to use it.
Yes.
So, yeah.
I love that. We have had in the past some older gentlemen deliver for us, and they're so great because they're so reliable and they are consistent and they show up and they do the work and they just want like, 20 hours a week, 15 hours a week, whatever, and they're retired otherwise. And that's like those are all the great things. And then the other side of that is like, oh yeah, by the way, we're rolling out this program, and like, panic. What is going to happen?
Funny
You
you
know,
say that, because
and then
my new system with our older gentleman driver, that's going to be a rough one.
yeah,
It's going to be
yeah.
Yeah.
So the
to show him how to use it.
training, the hand holding,
Training.
like yes, yes,
All of it.
lots of training. Okay.